Sonny pressed the accelerator harder, the car screaming down the track. Suddenly it slammed into the barrier with a deafening crash. Mechanics, staff, and onlookers rushed toward him, panic etched across their faces. But when the smoke cleared, Sonny Hayes emerged calm, collected, almost unfazed. Instead of reacting to the wreck, he immediately began pointing out flaws in the car's handling and performance to Kate, the team's technical director. Moments later, his lap time flashed across the monitors. Despite the crash, he had actually completed it half a second faster than the set benchmark. The spotlight then shifted to Joshua Pierce. His manager reminded him bluntly that he needed to improve his public image. Without stronger results and more positive engagement, his career in Formula One could be in jeopardy. At home, Joshua vented to his mother, frustration and fear bubbling out. He admitted what he dreaded most. If the team didn't start winning, his seat would likely be handed to someone else. And now, as if fate were mocking him, news spread across the media. An old man had joined their team. Headlines blared, Sonny Hayes returns to Formula One. For many, it was surreal. Sonny's career had ended 3 decades earlier after a horrific accident. He had attempted a comeback a decade later, but nothing ever worked out. At one point, he had even worked as a cab driver in New York City. And now, against all odds, he was joining a struggling team, one that had never finished inside the top 10 in its entire history. Soon after, a press conference was held. Sonny sat beside Joshua, facing the cameras. Joshua, dripping with sarcasm, told the reporters, "Our team is now giving opportunities to old men." The room erupted in laughter. The media then turned to Sonny, digging into his personal life. They reminded him of his reputation as a gambler, of his 3 failed marriages, and the mess his private life had been. Sonny listened without flinching. Finally, race day arrived. To everyone's surprise, Sonny was the first to reach the track, arriving even before Joshua. Meanwhile, Joshua's mother sternly demanded that he apologize to Sonny for his disrespect at the press conference. Joshua reluctantly agreed, delivering a forced apology that carried no sincerity. As the team braced themselves for the start, nerves rattled both Sonny and team principal Ruben. Just before the lights went out, Ruben introduced Sonny to an investor, Peter Banning. Unlike the other board members, Peter genuinely wanted to see this underdog team succeed. The race began. Sonny, sitting in the car, couldn't silence the doubts in his head. What am I even doing here? The formation lap started, a chance for drivers to warm their tires, but Sonny didn't move. The commentators immediately noticed, ridiculing him. He's been out too long. He doesn't understand these cars anymore. Then, without warning, Sonny slammed the accelerator. He lined up last on the grid, but his tires were much hotter than everyone else's. It was a trick, and it gave him the edge. When the race began, Sonny surged forward, overtaking car after car, even passing a Red Bull. For a brief moment, he stunned the world. But once the other cars' tires heated up, they reclaimed their advantage. Joshua's pit stop lasted 7 seconds. Sonny's stop was even worse, over 9 seconds. Soon, the 2 teammates found themselves side by side on the track. Joshua barked over the radio, demanding Sonny let him through. Sonny refused. He wouldn't surrender his place. The battle escalated. Ruben, watching from the pit wall, exploded in anger as his drivers collided. Both cars were knocked out of the race. Joshua stormed back, furious, shouting at the team, but Sonny remained calm, telling him, "Mistakes happen. This time it was yours." He also warned Ruben never to order him to give up his position again. Later, Joshua tried to confront him, but when cameras appeared, he quickly faked a smile. Sonny glared at him and said coldly, "What exactly have you done to earn that grin? None of the other drivers respect us." Afterward, Sonny sat in an ice bath to cool down, but Ruben's frustration boiled over. He regretted ever bringing Sonny in. Sonny responded by asking about Kate, the sport's first female technical director. Ruben warned him, "She's not the type to fall for your tricks." Sonny went straight to Kate anyway. He didn't waste time on small talk. "We can't match the others on the straights," he said. "Our only chance is in the corners. I want this car redesigned immediately." Kate's reply was sharp. "Finish a race first, then I'll listen." What followed highlighted the stark contrast between teammates. Joshua trained using high-tech simulations, focusing on data. Sonny, on the other hand, trusted instinct, reflexes, and old-school grit. Slowly, Joshua began to watch Sonny more closely, curious about the man he mocked. On the next race day, Joshua told Sonny, "Let's race properly today. No heroics." But on track, their rivalry flared again. Sonny's tire punctured. He demanded soft tires. The team refused. They wouldn't last in the heat. Sonny ignored them, switched anyway, and immediately created chaos. He deliberately clipped another car, forcing a safety car. The move slowed the field, helping Joshua. Sonny repeated the trick, again and again. Eventually, he crashed into banners, bringing out yet another safety car. Joshua, now in 10th, had just enough time for a perfect pit stop. For the first time in their history, Ruben's team finished inside the top 10. The team celebrated wildly. Sonny, however, turned to Joshua and said, "Don't get too excited about 10th. Then he reminded Kate of her promise. This time, she started listening. At the Italian Grand Prix, Sonny planned to draw all the attention to himself, so Joshua could win. His reckless tactics allowed Joshua to climb the field. Then rain hit the track. Joshua stayed out on slick tires, climbing to P2. Sonny once again slowed Verstappen, creating the opening for Joshua to take P1. But Joshua grew impatient. Ignoring Sonny's instructions, he overtook too early. The result was a catastrophic crash. Sonny rushed to his wreck and pulled him out of the flames. Joshua survived, but was sidelined for 3 races. The media blamed Sonny. Joshua's mother confronted him, furious. Sonny faced the storm quietly, while Kate worked tirelessly to improve the car. Sonny began producing results, finishing P9, then P7, then P5. When Joshua returned, jealousy gnawed at him. Fans now cheered for Sonny. During the race, Joshua recklessly collided with Sonny, knocking him out. Sonny, furious, yelled, "If you want to destroy your career, fine. But don't betray Ruben or this team." Kate saw everything. Later, she called both men to Las Vegas, determined to settle their feud. She challenged them over a poker game. Joshua won, storming off smugly. But Sonny revealed afterward that he had actually held the winning cards. That night, Sonny opened up to Kate about his past, his crash, his lost dreams, and his endless search for that rare feeling of peace on the track. Kate saw the vulnerability beneath the bravado. Then disaster struck. F1 directors announced their car modifications were illegal. Ruben raged. They'd been pre-approved, but the damage was done. Forced to run old cars, Sonny pushed recklessly and crashed hard again. In the hospital, Ruben revealed shocking news. Sonny's medical reports showed life-threatening injuries from 30 years ago. He should never have been racing. Ruben cut him from the team. Peter, the investor, visited Sonny, offering to start a new team with him as principal. He admitted to sabotaging Ruben by forging documents. Sonny listened silently. Meanwhile, Joshua admitted to his mother that the crash had been his fault. He dismissed his manager and adopted Sonny's habits, leading his crew on runs, focusing solely on racing. When the final race arrived, Sonny returned. He brought a legal waiver, absolving the team of responsibility if he died. Despite Ruben's protests, he raced. Their modified cars were reinstated after Peter's lies were exposed. The final race began. Sonny again sacrificed himself strategically, slowing rivals so Joshua could fight at the front. A red flag paused the race, giving both fresh tires. On the restart, Joshua and Sonny pushed together. Only Hamilton remained ahead. Sonny slowed him, allowing Joshua to take the lead. But Hamilton fought back, colliding with Joshua. Both were out. Sonny, still on track, surged ahead. For the first time in decades, lightning returned to his veins. He crossed the finish line in P1. The crowd erupted. Joshua, though out, smiled proudly. Ruben secured his team's future. Peter's schemes crumbled, and Sonny Hayes, at last, felt peace. He refused the trophy, said goodbye to Kate, and walked away from it all. His journey was complete,